Stacey and J Sbu, East Coast Radio. Confessions.
Backstory, Sandra, Durban, okay, ex-husband being a little hostile towards her. He booty bounced, all right, when baby was very small, only 11 months, only for 10 months later, before baby's second birthday, to be remarried.
Wow.
He goes on to allegedly, it's very important, I'm watching a lot of Law and Order like I mentioned earlier,
Look
right?
at you.
So allegedly taunt his ex-wife with his happiness because he is thriving in this new relationship. And now that baby from then is about to go to grade 1. And Sandra's concerned that the hostility that is brewing between mom and dad is going to ultimately affect the way that they co-parent this child. Also, because the child is now older.
Yeah.
So is not unaware of energies, words, anger, and just, yeah. The baby's also like, ugh, this is not good.
Yeah, listen, there is no co-parenting struggle that we don't know. We've seen them all. We might have been in a co-parenting struggle as kids, but we've also might have seen people struggle as co-parents for various different reasons, whether they broke up because they didn't like each other, made the wrong decision, or just things happen in between, and now it's snuck. And the worst part is the kid suffers the most.
That is always the case, right? So, KZN, this hour, what is your biggest co-parenting struggle? We have Ronica on the line.
Yes,
Ronica, how are
welcome.
you?
I'm fine, thanks, and how are you?
We're good,
We're
Ronica.
good.
What do you think of this whole co-parenting situation?
I think it's honestly unfair on the child. My situation I'm currently in is my child's father has 3 other kids with another woman, and I'm remarried, and he doesn't participate in anything. They have a daughter that's part of a team. I have a daughter that's part of a team, and they only feed to her. Weekends, when it's time for pickup, I don't get a message to say, is she ready? Only at night, she'll pack her bags, get ready. Oh, it's too late.
Wow.
Maybe tomorrow.
Wow. And Veronica, just a quick one. Have you ever tried to have a conversation?
I have so many times. It's been where I've actually had to block him because the way they retaliate, they will swear and shout, and it's just everything is about their kids, nothing about mine. So I've got my husband that steps his game up. That's where I take my hat off to stepdads. They step in when the real ones step out.
Yeah. So, Ronica, how old is your daughter?
She's only 9.
She's 9, and how much of this would you say she comprehends fully? Like, is she fully aware of the drama, of the tension, of the ill feeling, of the neglect?
She does. She suffers a lot with you can see the depression in her when she'll start asking questions. Why is my sister this and why am I like this?
Yeah, the comparison.
So they can feel it.
It's always the kid that suffers if the co-parents don't know how to handle.
And the questions that you have to answer.
Yeah,
and that's it.
Sorry,
also,
man.
you want to be able to answer honestly, but also, I mean, Ronica, I'm sure if you were 18 and I could go off, hey, if I was allowed to, I would, but you can't. So listen, Ronica, this is, I think, a struggle bus that many people are riding with you. And just stay tuned throughout the hour because you're not the only one in the situation. It doesn't make it better.
Yeah.
But it is unfortunately just the reality of what it is, right?
Yes.
Just got to stay graceful and hope for the best.
And move on. But
Hope
well
for the
done
best.
to you for handling the situation quite well, and for the stepdad for being the man in that child's life, because that's stability right there.
It's
and
a good dude.
Shut up, and you got a good one right there.
And good for your daughter. Thanks,
all right.
Veronica. Thank you.
so
Thank you
much.
for being honest as well. Thank you for sharing. Because this is not uncommon.
Too common, actually.
But it isn't always bad. So Ronica's got a particular set of circumstances, I suppose similar in a way, in that it's problematic to Sandra, who is the reason why we're talking about this in the first place. But not all co-parenting struggles are impossible. Co-parenting is not impossible.
Yeah.
So if you are also thriving in your co-parenting situation, just to give the other kids hope here, really, quite frankly, chime in. What is your co-parenting situation on 061 792 9495?
Yeah, I feel for this lady. I've tried the same with my ex. We have been apart for about 7 years, and no matter how much I try and keep it civil, you can't. So I've realized you just won't be civil at all. How I deal with it is I just talk about what I have to, nothing more, nothing less. Unfortunately, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make a drink. Just keep it clean on your side, keep it professional, keep everything in writing, and just do the best you can, because at the end of the day, it's for your son or your daughter. It's not for you.
Stacey and J Sbu, East Coast Radio.
Every Wednesday, we like to do this feature called Confession, where we delve into relatable drama with the intention of trying to create an understanding, to create awareness, but also for you to chime in and share your lived experience with whatever it is that we're putting out there. And today, Sandra's situation on just the co-parenting not going great is a relatable thing to talk about. And it just really sucks, bro, like when the child has to like suffer. It's the worst. Like I always say, parents, co-parents, you need to just focus on the child.
It's also I have some thoughts on this. It could be a whole podcast in and of itself. It's just I have a best friend whose girls are my goddaughters.
Yes.
And they were married for a long time. 2 beautiful girls. They separate. Dad meets somebody else. He subsequently gets remarried. He now has 2 much younger children. But the relationship between my friend and her ex-husband, although not always perfect, has always been polite, and he's always respected her, but also respected their kids. And now these girls are both over the ages of 18, and the kind of relationship that they have with their dad is now their decision to make. So it is absolutely plausible and possible that this can be done, because those 2 girls, when they were younger, to go visit dad on the weekend, they were there with dad and new wife, and then new baby brother, and subsequently new baby sister. And the idea of the modern family and the blended family, there's never been an incident, because my friend and her ex-husband will not allow for that to happen and affect the children.
And they're both on the same page when it comes to that.
No, but that is like, wow, that's unbelievable. Like, how did they do it? Like, it was a decision that they made. And that's why, like, I don't think that all co-parenting situations need to be dread and drama. Like, of course there's a way to do this. Of course there's a way to navigate it. It isn't all... We're getting a lot of, like, meh on the WhatsApp line.
Some good stories out there.
But there must be people who have managed to do this, and it's not like the end of the world. You both love your kids. You show up at the school play. You do the things that have to be done. Everyone's rocking a lift club. People pick up and drop off and all that stuff. And you are parenting, just not in the same house.
Yeah.
And on the same page.
Yeah. Also, I just want to say and add, we were having a conversation off air, because it's coming across as the ladies are having a lot to say, and obviously it's the dads who are coming across as the problem in the situation. It's not always the dad who's the problem. It's not always the mum who's the problem. But I just want to put it out there, gents. Like, this is a safe space. We also want to get your perspective in terms of some of the issues that you might have been going through, or some of the great stuff,
the
that
success
you've experienced
stories, yes,
when it comes to co-parenting. So we're going to get into the mashup after some One Republic, didn't I? But I also want to hear from the gents, and just letting you know, bro, like, you've got a story. We want to get both sides.
Yeah,
so
and the WhatsApp line is
up.
We're hoping for a win here from Hillcrest. Kim, how are you, my doll?
Hey, how are you?
So good. Tell us about your co-parenting situation. Are you winning at it?
Very much so.
Oh, finally.
Come on, Kim.
Finally.
Yes, Kim.
A good
yes.
one. And how are you managing that? How is that happening for you? How do you guys navigate through the situation?
You know, I just found, like, if you just take all the bitterness away, there's just no point in being bitter. We all just really get along really well, and when we do have to sit and talk it out, it's been really great, eh?
Communication.
And happier children. So.
But this is it, Kim. I mean, as you've been listening throughout the hour, you're going, ooh. Like there are... because there you are, a true testament to somebody who has been there. And I'm sure that there were many opportunities, Kim, for you to blow it up if you wanted to.
You chose not to.
Definitely.
But you chose...
I mean, especially when you're getting, like, a new partner involved.
Yes.
On either side. Like, one could have their hair back, but yeah, it's just not worth it.
Shout out. Thank you so much for sharing your story, okay?
Thank you,
balance
Kim.
it out. There you go.
Kim gets the gold star.
Yeah, well done for that. On the line, we have Natalie from Harwick. Welcome to the show, Natalie. How are you doing? Natalie. There you go. Natalie.
Hello.
Yes, we
How are
almost lost you
you?
there for a second. Yes.
Sorry,
yes.
guys, I'm driving, so my
No,
signal
don't
might
worry
be
about it.
bad.
Don't worry. Tell us about your co-parenting situation.
So we're also winning. I like to hear Kim's
Aw.
story too.
Shut up.
There's so many bad stories, so it's so nice to know that there are good ones that are willing
Beautiful.
to come forward.
No,
So,
nice
Nats,
one.
what's happening on your side? Like, are you the parent? Are you the child of a co-parenting success story?
No, so I'm a parent, I'm a mom, and my ex, we've been divorced 8 years, but we're good.
Yeah.
We're loving within our limitations. We're letting go, just like
Man.
Kim said. It is
Yes.
beautiful.
Keep that going, okay?
Now, another thing is, Natalie, like, I know that you didn't wake up this morning to, prepare a TED talk for people, but like, can you leave us with something for the parents who are listening to this and who are struggling? I mean, Kim mentioned the word bitterness. When you let the bitterness go, you realize there's no point.
Ego.
You know what I mean? Like, you just kind of get on with it. Can you leave us with a little anecdotal something or the other, just so that the people who are listening go, okay, look, there is hope at the end of this. We can do this.
Yes, I guess for anybody that's in it right now, you do feel overwhelmed and you don't think it's going to get better. It really, really does. But if you do choose to kind of just heal in your own space and don't bring it forward to the kids, that's paramount.
Amazing.
And I think if
Thank
both
you.
parents decide to do that, it will work.
Thanks,
Thank
my
you,
Nats. Thank you so
Shout
much
out,
to
man.
Natalie
Yes,
and to
guys,
Kim by my
Yeah,
door. Get home
beautiful.
safe. Like, that's it. I knew. I was like, there are definitely people listening who are like, guys.
We can manage this. Just communicate, no ego, no bitterness, and the child will be okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that easy.
Well, I mean, the people going, yeah, sure.
Stacey and J Sbu. Weekdays 3 to 6 p.m. East Coast Radio.